What I'm about to do with Diablo, I have never done with any other champion in the entire game before. Check this out, man. I'm going to go into this first fight, and immediately, without doing anything else, I'm going to pause the game. I'm going to quit out. Why, you ask? Does Diablo gain some kind of benefit? Is he going to be stronger this next go around? Does he gain some sort of persistent charge? No. I just feel like Winter Soldier needs that much of an advantage. I'm going in this fight with 20% health. I didn't gain any sort of benefit for doing that, but you're going to see me come out of this fight with more than 20% health, and I'm going to be playing like an absolute madman. I'm going to be going for, extremely aggressive plays here. We're going to be going for intercepts. I'm going to be dashing at him, the stand-up intercepts. He's got a special right now. You should not intercept. Oh, he threw a special. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to go for a heavy attack just up against the wall right here. Bad time to do it. Guess what? I did it anyway. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna throw a special when it wasn't gonna hit him. I don't even care. We're just gonna stay aggressive on him. I'm gonna throw another special one. This actually pauses the duration of my poisons, which is why I'm doing it. I'm stunned right now. It doesn't matter. We're gonna keep throwing heavy attacks. Heavy attacks apply the poisons, just like the ending medium hits do. So you can see I'm doing lots of mediums, lots of heavy attacks. I'm gonna throw a special one again in a very inopportune time because it does not matter. I was tempted just to stand there and take that machine gun blast to the face because that wouldn't matter either. I'm already at a higher health total than Winter Soldier. Are you rooting for this guy yet? Diablo. The dude's a madman. I'm at 14 poisons stacked up, just totally playing aggressively. I'm gonna throw another heavy here. I shouldn't. Yep, I'm getting hit in the face. That's why you shouldn't do that. Let's go ahead and throw another special one, just refreshing the duration of those poisons. Unfortunately, I let a few of them drop off, but that's all right, man. We're gonna keep hitting him with some more heavies, and at this point, I'm just gonna put the phone down. I ended with 51% health, going in at 20% health, getting hit how many times? Let's see how many times I got hit in this fight. I got hit a total of 9 times. Okay, so it wasn't as many as I thought, but I killed the dude in 46 hits, and I gained 30% health while doing so. Like, what? Dude, my mind is blown with how effective Diablo is currently. This dude is insane. His buff came out about a week ago, and I'm a little bit late to the party here. I'm playing him, but in that week's time, I heard alliance mates take this guy up to rank 3. I heard other people in the community say Diablo is going to be their next big rank up, and I'm sitting here thinking, Diablo? Are you kidding me? This guy was the worst champion of I don't know what year, because I don't remember when Diablo came out, because I didn't care. Nobody cared. And now the dude is an absolute powerhouse. It's insane. Now, a few things about this champion. I am using a 6-star at rank 3 and Sig 200, and his Sig ability is part of the reason I was able to do that. The top line there says, while poisoned, Diablo takes 30% reduced damage from all sources. And of course, I'm running the suicide mastery, so I'm constantly poisoned, so I just have a flat 30% damage reduction always. And this is damage from all sources. Damage over time effects, specials, regular attacks, even your recoil damage is reduced by Diablo's Awaken ability. That combined with, where is it? This line right here at the top of the screen that says incoming poison effects suffer minus 100% potency. So normally when you're running the suicides, you have that poison on yourself, but willpower is balancing it out. Well, if you're no longer taking any poison damage, willpower is just a steady stream of healing to go along with that massive damage reduction, which means you can play Diablo incredibly wild. You can play like you don't know, you don't have a clue what you're doing, just charging at the opponent, throwing attacks whenever you want, and you're still going to come out on top. You're maybe not in the highest of you probably can't do this in something like the Abyss, of course, but ideally in the Abyss you're gonna have a little bit of a better understanding of the game. You're gonna be playing a little bit better, and you can still use Diablo's abilities to recover from whatever kind of mistakes you're making throughout the fight. Let me do that one more time, and I'm going to slow down a little bit this next go around, and I'm going to try to explain a little bit more of his in-fight abilities. But I do want to start the fight once again at 20% health, and this time I'm going to end with a full yellow bar. Now, Diablo, he has some pre-fight abilities that add on some utility. I'm not going to activate any of these. These allow me to have some additional poison potency right out of the start of the fight, and then I'm going to increase that poison potency with special ones as well, or I could if I wanted to, but just know that he does have some additional utility in his pre-fights. You could heal back energy damage, you could nullify buffs, or you can become immune to stun and armor break effects. As a matter of fact, you could even activate all three of these if you want, but I don't like activating them because it allows me to increase, like I said, the poison potency of Diablo's abilities. Now, when I was doing the first fight there, just kind of going nuts, you notice that whenever I popped a special one, the animation for it finished very quickly. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me get to another special one here. Whoops, I'm getting hit. And what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to throw the special one, and I'm not going to touch anything, and I'm just going to chug a lug, and that allows you to gain some additional healing. So that's pretty nice. If you ever need to heal, you have that option. And if you want to just stack up more damage, pay attention to that grayed out poison icon right next to my own poison debuff, right below my health meter there. It started the fight at 6. I'm going to activate a special, and then if you cancel the animation right away, just by dashing or blocking or something like that, it'll go up to 7. It maxes out at 8. You're allowed to keep those basically by not activating his pre-fights. So this time, I'm not going to touch the game. I'm just going to gain that healing, and you notice the number did not increase. So if you want more damage, you just cancel out of that special one right away. If you want more healing, just allow the animation to play out. So I'm going to cancel it one more time here. And there we go. Now we're at 8. So now that's the maximum number of charges we can have on Diablo, which means our poison potency is as high as you can get it. Now I'm not stacking the poisons. The poisons, that is how you deal the damage. So again, this fight is going to take a lot more hits to get through, mostly just trying to break down his other abilities. If you really want to do as much damage as possible, I highly recommend just refreshing the duration of the poisons with the special one, but I'm kind of letting them drop off here. Let's talk about the special 2 though, because everything is about poisons with Diablo. So his special 2 will actually refresh the duration of these specials. His special 2 is also unblockable, but you can see it refresh the duration there. And what I like to do, if I am going to use this special 2, I like to do it when I'm close to 3 bars of power. That way you can immediately pop a special 1 after the special 2. That way you're refreshing the duration of the poison, and then you're pausing them with the special 1. But realistically, like I showed in the first fight, I actually just prefer to throw special 1s. I don't even like to throw special 2s. Let's talk about the special 3 real quick, though, if I can even get there before the opponent dies. I should not have refreshed those poisons. They seem so weak, right? And when you only have 1 poison on the opponent, they are quite weak. But because you're able to refresh the duration of them and keep the same poison from basically start to finish in a fight, almost at least, it's actually so strong. All right, we actually need to do another fight to talk about a special 3. He was too close to dying here. So we'll do one more fight. And this time, this is actually good because it'll give me an opportunity to talk a little bit more about Diablo's utility other than just being incredibly sustainable and having decent damage. So when you activate these pre-fights, like I said, you gain these bonuses, right? You have these different effects every time you activate a special, essentially. And let's actually show where that is in the description here. Here we go, the Philosopher's Mix. This is just every time you launch a special attack, all right? It says Philosopher's Mix lasts 8 seconds per level of special attack used and heals Diablo for some health every second. It also gains effects based on which ingredients were added in the pre-fight menu. So, we already went over those, but the first one is you're going to passively heal energy damage that was taken. The second one is every 2 seconds, you have a 100% chance to nullify 1 buff on the opponent, which is quite strong. I imagine that's the one that's going to get used the most, seeing as, you know, you're a Mystic champion. A lot of times you're going to be fighting Cosmics, and you want to get rid of those buffs, right? And then the third one is immunity to stun effects and armor breaks as well. So that's also quite strong. All right, then the special 3, depending on, you know, which pre-fight you activated, First off, well, let's just read it from top to bottom here. So this attack can only be used once per fight, which is wild. I'll show you what that looks like in a moment, but basically you really can only use the special 3 once in the fight. I actually love that about the champion, because I like using special 1s and 2s a lot more, so you don't have to sit through the animations. Anyway, it is powerful though, and that's why they limit it. So the next line says this attack gains plus 1400 attack rating. It also gains effects based on which alchemical ingredients have been added to the flask. So Distilled will gain a regeneration passive, healing a bunch of health over 4 seconds. Essence of Null places 10 detonate buffs on the opponent, which last 20 seconds and deal a burst of some energy damage when they expire or are nullified. And since you have that nullification going, you are going to be nullifying them for some extra energy damage. And then you have Grain of Uru, which says Philosopher's Mix is paused for 10 seconds. That is the Philosopher's Mix. Again, that's just when you're launching a special attack. You gain these bonuses that I talked about here. And then the final line there says, for each vial of might. Those are those grayed out poison icons that I had on myself. For each one of those, you have a 100% chance to inflict 2 poison debuffs. So let's go take a look at that and see what that looks like in fight. So I'm going to start out with just 6 of the vials because I did not activate any of my pre-fights. And if I wanted to, I could actually let's do it. I'm going to use special 1s, and I'm going to cancel out of the animation just by, again, dashing backwards, forwards, blocking, whatever. So I gained a vial of might that way. I'm going to do that one more time. I'm actually going to try to let these poisons drop off, though, before doing it, because I want to show you guys what the special 3 looks like, the whole can only use it once kind of thing. So I'm going to let these poisons drop off intentionally. And there we go. Now I'm going to pop the special 1. I'm going to cancel that animation real quick. So now we have 8 of these vials of might on myself. Again, those grayed out poison icons. And now I'm just going to build up to a special 3 real quick. And I have to get to 2 special 3s. This guy better survive it. Trying my best to not deal much damage to Winter Soldier here. But the poisons, they kind of just have a tendency to build up on their own. So we'll get to the special 3. And that's going to inflict 16 poisons. My goodness. Can you imagine a situation where you have some Mystic Dispersion? You pop the special 3. You got 16 poisons. I'm actually going to be at 19 momentarily because of the 3 poisons that I already had. But let's say you have some Mystic Dispersion. You're nullifying buffs off the opponent. You get to spam special 1s, special 2s, refresh the duration of these, pause the duration of them, and the amount of poisons we have here, it's nutty what you can do in some situations with this guy. But we're not going to be able to... I mean, I could refresh it. I was barely getting back to a special 1. Oh, he power drained me. Oh, well. Well, oh, man. Okay, I'm going to need to get hit. It's the only way that I'm going to... The fight's going to go on long enough for me to use the second special 3 and show you that it's locked. So, yeah, let me just take a bunch of heavy attacks. Like, look at my health, though. He's hitting me with heavy attacks, and I'm just going right back to a full yellow bar, essentially. This is ridiculous, man. He is so tanky. It's unreal. But all right, so now I'm essentially at 3 bars of power. There we go. I'm at 3 bars of power, but you can see that 3rd bar is just grayed out. So that way when I pop a special 2, I'll still have a bar of power left over, but I could not use a special 3. So yeah, man, I just thought that was really interesting. But there you go, man. I think that's really all I wanted to show about Diablo. Actually, let's talk about synergies for a moment, because I didn't have any synergies on the team. So I will go over that real quick. Like I said, though, this champion, he seems like he's complicated, but he's really not. It's all about the poisons, which, again, you get the poisons from your second medium hit or heavy attacks. And then you refresh the duration of those poisons with the special 1. Or I'm sorry, you pause the duration of the poisons with your special 1, or refresh them with the special 2. And then you gain different utilities when activating your pre-fight abilities. That's pretty much Diablo in a nutshell. He's really not as complicated as the long descriptions would make it seem. As far as synergies go, there's a couple of good ones here for the champion. I like this one with Kingpin, especially since Kingpin also has kind of that steady healing. Imagine using both of these champions together in something like the incursions, when you just, you don't have another way to heal. You need that steady healing on yourself, right? Or just in regular quests, just to save yourself items. But both of these guys will have kind of that steady willpower healing. And what this gives for Diablo is personal poison debuffs become passive, so they actually can't be shrugged off. And then they gain plus 10% potency, which, I mean, 10% is not the biggest deal. I don't know how that stacks. I believe he already has like a plus 80% potency through his regular abilities, so I think it just turns that up to 90. So it's probably not that big of a deal, but hey, it's a nice little bonus. And then, Kingpin, the bonus that he gets could help him out a little bit too, I suppose. Just gain 1 rage each time the opponent nullifies a buff. Actually, it's probably not that big of a deal. I don't know. But anyway, the next synergy that I want to talk about is actually on... actually, this one's not bad, where it says Philosopher's Mix is paused during Diablo's special attacks. So he's got that long animation, and just to pause that mix could actually be pretty nice. So this one's not too bad. But the one I was trying to find is actually on Dragon Man. And this one may just be his best synergy in general. It says Philosopher's Mix gains plus 20% duration. Additionally, Vials of Might grant plus 10% special damage. So yeah, the extra duration on that Philosopher's Mix is nice. And then the Vials of Might, so that would be an extra 80% special damage. So yeah, I don't know how that even works with his poisons. If that does add to the poisons or not. I don't think it does. But his specials, they can hit decently hard. Because one thing that I didn't really mention, even though I don't like to use his special 2s, his special 2, it can hit hard. There is a bonus damage component to it. It says here, again, the first hit, it reapplies all personal poisons. And then the second bullet point there says, this attack is unblockable and deals a burst of 1410 energy damage. This burst of damage is increased by 20% for each buff and poison that the opponent has gained this fight. Not currently on the opponent, just any that they've gained in that fight. So you can gain up to 500% bonus on that. And then if you increase that damage by an additional 80% for the 8 Vials of Might that you can have on yourself, yeah, it could actually be pretty legit. But I showed him without any synergies for a reason. I don't think any synergies make or break the champion. I think Diablo is just incredibly strong, all on his own. Play him wild, play him loose. You have like that kind of free reign since since you have that damage reduction in the Awaken ability and the healing from willpower. If you are running the suicides, to have that poison on yourself, where you're not actually going to be taking that poison damage. So that is how I like to play Diablo. And yeah, man, this champ is bonkers. Am I going to be ranking up a Diablo of my own anytime soon? No, I actually don't have a Diablo of my own to rank up. This was just some beta testing just to get a feel for the champ, just so I can basically recommend ranking him up for you guys. The only, the biggest downside though, before you do make that rank up, the biggest downside, something that I did not mention, is you'll notice I only tested against Winter Soldier. That's because the next fight, Captain Marvel, is poison immune. So anytime you're running into a poison immune opponent, Diablo, he's not the champion that you're going to be using for that fight. All right. But if you take Acid Wash in Alliance Quest, and you need that poison damage, and you need the sustainability, Diablo, he's your guy. If you're just looking for a champion that you can use in the majority of fights in a quest and be sustainable, cut down your resource cost, your revives and potion costs while questing, Diablo's your guy. It's just anytime you run into a poison immune opponent, he is not your guy. That is it, man. But otherwise, Diablo is freaking bonkers, man. This dude is a powerhouse. All right, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.